Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Golf After Hours. I'm your host, Mike Ratchman. You're watching this live on the Texas Golf Insider Network. Dave's going to join us here. He's on the road again, and he'll jump in right here after the break from Luke Air Force Base in Arizona. It's just outside of Scottsdale. So he's probably getting a little warm out there. I've seen some of the weather. He's looks like he might be heating up out there. Hey, folks, we've got a really good show for you tonight. Sponsor guest Adam Grosh, Director of Golf out at Valor Creek Golf Club at Rocking J Ranch. He'll be here tonight, and he's going to stick around for the full hour. At the bottom of the hour, we're going to Gaylord, Michigan. We've gone there before, and we're going to catch up with Paul Beechnut. He's the Executive Director of Gaylord Convention and Tourism Bureau. And Kevin Klein, he's CEO of Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport. Cool place you want to go to, especially when it's 102, 105 degrees down here. We've had one before, and they got some flights that are now coming out of Dallas and Houston, and we'll talk all about it. And I'm going to give you a reason why you need to come on up and visit before the summer is up. Very cool place. And folks, listen, the one and done season is over, and we'll announce some of the winners. And I'm not on that list, but there are quite a few people that got really close. So it's really good. So, hey, folks, we're going to take your comments and read them live. You know the old deal, Golf After Hours. Go grab yourself a cold one. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back, everybody. Golf After Hours. Mike Ratchman here. Dave Roberts coming to you from Luke Air Force Base out in Arizona, taking Texas Golf Insider on the road. Military's loving us so far, and we love them as well. And we got Adam Grosh, who's Director of Golf out at Valor Creek Golf Club. No stranger to the show. What's going on, guys?
Nothing much, man. Just golf out here in Arizona, 109 degrees, but these guys are out here golfing, and it's a different heat. It is a different heat. It's not humid like it is back home, and so the sweating is not as bad. But this golf course right here, the one that I'm at today, Falcon Dunes, is our top performing golf course in the Air Force in the United States, and they're number 2 in the world. So it's a pleasure.
Welcome to our show up there, guys. Appreciate you hanging in there. And I used to live out in Phoenix, and it is a different kind of heat. There's no doubt. But 109 is 109. Someone said you couldn't cook an egg on your dash, not on your dash, but your hood of your car. And I found out you could. I had an old jalopy, tried it, and it really does work out there.
Yeah, I found out that 122 inside the car when I turned it on a while ago. Yeah, that was pretty hot and intense. So can't wait to get back home. I come back Friday, be back next week, back in the studio. But now I'm enjoying. And Adam, his golf course is as immaculate as your golf course, and he's only charging $60 to play his golf course. Only awesome. $60. Yes.
Well, when it's 116 out there, I'm amazed it's that much.
Well, people are still paying it. I mean, because you go down the road, right down the road is TPC Scottsdale, and that's still a triple-digit pay to play. And but the season around here, as you know, is October to April, where they will put about 60,000 rounds on this golf course. And hats off to Gary, the superintendent. He's making the magic work, and the head professional Ron Harity, he's the conductor of all this orchestra. But I was talking about your golf course, Adam, comparing yours to his, and it's a like item. And for the value out here, and you know how it is out here in Arizona with the pricing and the dynamic pricing, it is the best value. It is totally the best value around.
Well, cool, that's a great deal.
And they got a casino coming across. Main part of they got a casino building right across the street. I can't wait to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's trouble. There's trouble right there. Hey guys, the one and done is over with. And I tell you what, it was a really good season. And this came all the way up to the very end, man. Now, I don't think there was anyone that's going to be in fifth, when you got $15 million, in the bank that was going to be number one. I think number one had it pretty much laid out. And he's
Yeah,
the
he had
chief
23 million.
Huh?
He had 23 million.
Yeah. He came in at the very him and Tyler Hill. Those guys were fighting it out for about the last 4 or 5 weeks. And Chief said Wayne Wagner looks like he's going to walk away with the big prize. And he even said to his son cockingly, and he said, "Oh, these guys don't know what they got into." He said, "I'm going to win this whole damn thing." Now this was 15 weeks ago, and sure as heck he did. Well, congratulations to Wayne Wagner. John Bohannon, he's in third place, and Josh Horn came in fourth. And you know something? My brother Jerry was 1,168.
So close.
And
one miscut, baby.
He
could have been worse.
The cut 3 times in the last 6 weeks.
I want to call foul. I want to call foul because Hideki Matsuyama gave me a John Rahm, and he did the same thing to Adam. And I was looking at early results. I was in 4th place after round 1 last week, and his snowboarding accident, took him out. And Adam and I went wah 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 wah. And
I was just talking to you guys off camera.
Cost us some money, but cost him a whole lot of money.
You're right. But I was talking to you guys off camera, and I was just blown away that you guys still had him, because I didn't have crap in the hole for me. I mean, I know I wasn't going to go anywhere unless there was a miracle. But the guy who really could have stepped up the ladder, and that's Dave. Dave was right there. I'm looking at him in 4th place. He wins this thing, and he could be jumped up way big time. And at least you would have got in the money. I think 4th place is what you would have got.
Yeah. But what? If and again, I cry foul. Adam, you can be my witness. You talking me out of having Hideki the week before over a couple of margaritas. I mean, I want to cry foul on that.
Bullshit.
I had another
Come on,
guy
Adam, you're the commissioner, man. You need to
I had another guy in the league text me not last week, but the week before. He goes, "Oh man, I'm just getting screwed over in your league." I said, "What's going on?" He goes, "Man, this is on Wednesday." He goes, "Man, I've got Hideki, and I just read that he doesn't have his caddy or his coach this week." And I was like, "Oh heck, dude, it's still Wednesday. You can still change your pick." He goes, "Oh really? Okay." And I said, as soon as he said okay, I said, "You better run out," because he lives in Ruidoso. And I was like, "You better run out to the inn and put a little money on Hideki just in case." And I don't know if he did or not.
Oh, did he still pick him?
Oh no, he swapped out.
No, so he was like me.
He
changed midstream.
Oh yeah, same as you.
Oh God, my new sponsor is Kirby vacuum cleaners because I suck.
Adam, just want hats off to you, buddy. You ran a great show this year. This is the biggest one we had our 2nd year.
That was a good one.
We had 60 people that started at the beginning of the season. And man, you kept up with it. And that's not an easy gig to do, but hats off to you, dude. That was very cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Looking forward to next year.
Yeah, yes. Same here. I had a lot of fun this year. Just watching everybody in the different positions being played. It got a little intense at the end, but very
I'm
cool.
sure you had a lot more fun this year than last year, especially since you're going to get fed dinner this year instead of feeding the dinner.
Well, you know what? You know what?
I knew you were going to bring it up, so I just thought I'd beat you to the punch.
Are we going to go to Lupi Tortillas?
I guess it's Mike's choice, right?
Well, hey, listen,
they make a great
we don't
margarita.
Have to jump into it right away. I mean,
they make what they call the Hideki Matsuyama margarita. Once you drink it, you're going to throw your back out.
Yeah, that's right.
I say we explore the idea Let's
Yeah.
find out
Got
where
time.
everybody's at. We did Loopy's last year. Let's see if there's something different we can go to. But
I'm
I
sure
can
you're going to
tell
try
you
to
this.
stick me with Myron's or something like that, right?
Oh, Myron's would be good.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it would. Yeah.
We kept it easy on him last year. How about the gristmill?
No, I don't know about that. Lupe is not that cheap either.
Oh, well, hey, you might have just talked me into a Myron's dinner, dude.
Your
Hey,
next
I
lesson
will-
is going to be charged double.
I will say this: if Hideki Matsuyama would have won, he would have won. I would have been taking you guys to dinner again because that's what would
I don't
happen.
know. I had a long ways to go to catch up to
You would have got me by
Either one of-
$40,000. You would have got me by $40,000. I mean, in
My
our
God.
Really?
yeah. What did let's see?
Oh,
I
don't,
think
nah,
I
don't,
even
don't
wrote
even
it all
talk
down.
about it. Now you're just gonna make me mad and have nightmares.
I'm gonna have sad. I'm gonna sad. You got PTSD now.
That's right.
All I know, and so, listen, I was shaking in my shorts. That's what when on Thursday when Matsuyama was like right at the leaderboard, I'm going, you gotta be kidding me. I said, what's going to happen between these two guys? I said, I'm going to buy dinner again. And I said, if these guys, and you know, he could have pulled it off again. I mean, he was playing great golf at the very end.
Yeah.
I mean, he was kicking it up a notch. I mean, he's pretty damn good. He was really a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
So
And my brother Jerry did text me, and I can't tell you everything he said about his position.
Yeah.
but he did get it. You know, what's really cool is how it all ended. I think everybody was on the edge the very last week, and there was a lot of people that were positioning, and then unfortunately, there's a few people that didn't make it. You know, one of my guys, Tom Kim, I was rooting on him. I said, you know, if I hold on to him, because I think he's going to make the top 30. If I hold on to him, I might have a chance. Well, then he comes in at 31st. And I go, oh, man, now what do I do? So I get stuck with him. You know, he's not the greatest, but he still ended up okay. I don't know if he's playing this week.
I think it was 31st. He's not.
No, he did the Thea Aguila from last year. He's the last man out.
He's the last man. Okay, I didn't know if he was or not. I mean,
and if he did, he's probably
pretty
he's playing with Hideki. Okay, that's what they're doing.
Hey, I got to ask you guys this, and I'll start with you, Adam. Then you can kind of give it to me, Dave. I think I know where you're going. You know, Scotty Scheffler came out and he said, you know, the way this is all laid out, leading into the final round, he thinks the whole setup and scam, it's silly. He said he doesn't like it. He said, you know, I think everybody earned their position to get here, but for me to be only bringing a handful of people in, because realistically, there's maybe 5 people who could win, is what they were saying. Maybe, you know, when you go in 10 under.
I don't know. I mean, Rory's won it, what, 2 or 3 times coming in from 4 under when the leader's starting at 10. So, I mean, you know, it's doable. It's kind of a long shot, obviously, but it's doable.
Yeah. So do you like that setup?
No. Hell no, I don't like it.
Dave, how about you?
10 years ago, Ratchman and I came up with the idea of a 32-player match play with all the money sitting on the tee box or the green on the last hole for the finals. And that would bring more TV. I mean, you got 32 of the best who've earned it. It's not going to be one of those silly match plays in the beginning of a year where you have just, you know, the 64. You got 30 of the best guys who have proven themselves all year long. Add another 2. Let's make a match play and, you know, let's take it down to the end. Because everybody loved the WGC over at in Austin. I mean, it was great. It was fun. Yeah. So why not do that again?
Yeah, you know, I kind of like that idea.
Yeah,
Stick
but
all
I think
the money on hole 18, have some skimpy girls, you know, walking around.
The Harris girls, you know,
pressure on their guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a great idea for viewership and for us, but I think to Scotty's point, you know, Scotty's point is that somebody that dominated the season should essentially get the bonus, right? And, if you go to a match play, then obviously it doesn't. But for viewership, and I think we'd all be more interested in having, all you got to do is be in the top 30 and you got a chance to win the tour championship and and bonus, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think for us, it would be way better to do something like that. But for them, I mean, I understand if you played 20 tournaments and dominated, and then all of a sudden you're sick or whatever this last week, or you fell down a snowboard, then you don't, and you can't perform. That kind of sucks, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah,
Right.
That's the game of golf.
And I get what you're saying, but I think it's hokey to let's go back to, I know they want to make it like NASCAR, but go to the NFL. Could you think that the year that the Patriots won almost all the games, all of a sudden they go to the Super Bowl and they're already 14-0, before we even kick off? It makes no sense.
Correct.
If you're going to do it this way, I like the old Tour Championship. You qualify to get in. Now let's play a golf tournament for the winner and add all the points together at the end of the year, and let's see who's the champ.
Yeah.
I can tell you this. I'm going to watch some of it, I think, but I'm going to be down by the river, either playing golf. Well, I'm not going to be playing golf. I'm going to be down by the river, or I'm going to be watching football on Sunday afternoon. I can assure you that.
I don't think there's football on this weekend.
Yeah, it was Saturday, right? Don't they have college?
College?
Yeah.
College starting this weekend?
Junior football,
UT,
real football.
Yeah. UT's got their first game. So
yeah, I think we're
watching
playing
some of that.
Wyoming State or something.
Nah.
Yeah.
All I know.
No, UT's not playing Wyoming this year.
No, Wyoming State. It's something like that.
There's
it's
no such
not
thing as Wyoming State.
Then it might be Montana State. It's somebody's state.
Could be that.
I'm only thinking Wyoming because of you, cowboy.
That's right, baby.
All I know is our administrator said, hey, listen, let's get ready for next year. In the meantime, get it on for football. And that's right. Probably what we're going to be doing. Hey, guys, we got to take a real quick break and pay some bills here. And then we're going to find out what's going on at Valor Creek, man. I know you got some things that are happening out there. Let's talk about it when we get back after the break. Folks, if you haven't gotten yourself a chimney one yet, good idea to get it done. We'll be right back after the break. Golf After Hours. Don't go away.
At
Colorado
Casino
State
Resort, the possibilities are endless when you play your way. Imagine your perfect getaway, the kind with non-stop thrills, your favorite entertainment, and a world of luxury. With everything you could possibly want, all at one place. You want it all? Stop imagining it and come get it. Only at Paragon Casino Resort in nearby Marksville. Come see the way Louisiana plays.
Book your next tee time at Cypress Bend Golf Resort in Toledo Bend Lake Country. The stunning redesigned course welcomes players of all levels, from new golfers to seasoned pros. Located along Toledo Bend Lake, the course features 10 unforgettable waterfront holes with lush fairways and panoramic views. Big fun awaits you beyond the greens. Book a guided fishing trip at our world-class fishery. Visit the new Toledo Bend Family Adventure Park. Swing into action and plan your dream getaway to Toledo Bend Lake Country today.
Just minutes north of San Antonio on Highway 281, you will find Valor Creek Golf Club in Blanco, Texas. Valor Creek is now offering stay-and-play packages starting at $150 per person per night. Relax in the beautifully furnished Tuscany Heights condominium and walk out your front door and play one of the Hill Country's premier semi-private golf courses. So break away from the city and make Valor Creek the perfect getaway for a peaceful weekend or family outing. Call us now at 830-833-0706 or go to www.vcgc.golf. That's vcgc.golf.
Welcome to the Scott Schreiner Golf Course in the heart of Kerrville, where the beauty of the Hill Country meets the thrill of the game. Experience golf like never before on a meticulously designed 18-hole course, a golfer's paradise surrounded by nature's splendor. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just getting into the swing of things, our course caters to all skill levels, guaranteeing you have a top-notch golf experience. Discover Scott Schreiner Golf Course, where passion meets play in the heart of the Hill Country. Book your tee time today and let the adventure begin.
Landa Park Golf Course offers an exceptional golf experience to players of every level. This newly redesigned 18-hole public course, nestled along the Comel River, combines a challenging layout with spectacular Texas Hill Country views. Located in the heart of historic New Braunfels, Landa Park Golf Course is convenient to players from Dallas to San Antonio and everywhere in between. Escape the routine. Call the Pro Shop to book your tee time today or visit us online at landaparkgolfcourse.com.
Are you ready to treat you and your friends to a great golfing experience? If so, it's time to tee it up at the Club at Star Ranch. Located in Hutto, just 30 minutes from Austin, the Club at Star Ranch offers manicured fairways, pure putting greens, and multiple tee options for all skill levels to enjoy. Home of the 4-hour round, the Club at Star Ranch is rated 4.6 stars and strives for course consistency so you and your friends can enjoy that golf experience you deserve. The Club at Star Ranch, where your next round awaits.
Welcome back again to Golf After Hours. Mike Ratchman here. Dave Roberts coming to you from Luke Air Force Base out in Arizona, just outside of Scottsdale. And Adam Gross, Director of Golf out at Baller Creek Golf Club at Rockin' J Ranch. Hey, speaking of that, what's going on out at Baller Creek, man? I know you had some things that were going on out there on some of the greens that you're fixing up and doing some construction out there. How's that coming?
Yeah. Good actually. Yeah. So, the greens, we had a few greens that had a little bit of winter kill on them. And of course you couldn't see it until all the overseed died off in June really. But so really since June, so there was a number of greens with just little spots. And I mean, that stuff is growing so crazy because we've had a lot of sunlight, had a little bit of rain. So that's really, really grown back together well. The greens on 14 and 17, we've been having to do some plugging, 14 especially. 17 wasn't as bad, but so 14, we're having to do a lot of plugging because you can't get mini vertigrass anywhere right now. So because of flooding, there was a little area in south of Houston that had some mini verti, and of course they got flooded out, so you couldn't get anything there until this fall. King Ranch down in South Texas used to have mini verti, and they stopped growing that a couple of years ago. So it's been brutal. So we've been robbing some plugs off the putting green and putting them onto 14 and 17, and it's growing back together good.
Nice.
It'll be a little spotty, probably the rest of the season on that green. But I mean, I've been playing it the whole time as long as everybody else. But and it's really not bad. Like, it's one hole and it's kind of ugly to look at, but it doesn't putt that bad. Like it doesn't seem to affect it really. It's just a little ugly to look at, but I tell you what, the fairways are freaking perfect right now. And everything else, the roughs are awesome. We did cart path only all winter last year. And so that really, really saved the roughs from being beat up in their dormancy all winter. And they are showing the drastic differences that's made. So, I mean, our rough is really, really healthy. We got a good stand going into fall, and we may go cart path only again for this winter. I mean, it made such a huge difference to the playability over the winter time. And it's not a hard golf course to walk, especially when it's not 5 degrees outside. In wintertime, it's a nice course to walk. Really, it's pretty flat. 10's a little ugly if you hit it right. 18's a bit of a walk, but other than that, it's not a bad walking course to walk, let alone driving on the cart path and then walking out to your ball. It's not so bad. So I don't know. We're kind of in conversations whether we want to try to do that again. I mean, I don't know. It's made a huge difference in the health of the fairways and the rough. So we'll see. But the golf course is in great shape. A little bit of ugliness on 14. You don't even really see it on 17 because it's really only about a quarter of the green. It's on the left side, and there's so much green up on the right that's really, really healthy that you can put all the pins up there. And
you must be getting hit with that storm.
Power flash. There we go. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it's coming out here too, man. We're getting some of that.
Yeah. It's been a nice little rain this afternoon up here. So.
Well, Adam, 14 is kind of like a prom date. It's not looking that good, but it'll still dance. So, I mean, you're going to be all right with that. The National Golf Foundation just came out with their latest rounds in June and July for that quarter, and still the growth is still 3 to 4% across the board. How are you doing? Because I know it's been gangbusters in the past couple of years for you. Are you still maintaining that growth in number of rounds played?
Yeah, so like even June, July, we're still really up from prior years. Even, and I've been very transparent about, the conditions of the greens with everybody that calls, everybody that makes tee time online, in our newsletters. I'm being very transparent about it. And June, July, we're still really up. And then, of course, right at the end of July, it really got hot. And so then it kind of went back to our normal slammed in the morning and then a ghost down afternoon, right? And so that's kind of been the case. And I think that August is probably down a little bit. And, a lot of that's just about being truthful and about the greens. And
it goes a long way.
It does. I think it'll come back full by, customer retention, I guess, if you will, by being truthful and open to them. So, in that case, they know that I'm always going to tell them really how it is. Whether if I say it's in great shape, I mean it's in great shape. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. So,
I've got your newsletter.
I think now it's starting to cool off. We'll start getting busy again, and the greens are really, really coming back. Almost everything has really grown back together. It was really neat actually to watch it, especially during the month of July, to look at some of the bare areas and just watching those stolons running from one stand of grass to another, a few inches, but you would really see them going across there. It was pretty neat.
Well, I've been, got the headsets on, and I always trying to figure out what's going on out there, who's doing what. And a couple of people, they were saying that, they've slowed down a little bit because of the heat and stuff like that. And one of the guys was saying, he said, man, it's about time. He said, I just need a freaking break.
Yeah.
And because I was starting to kind of feel a little, I said, well, what it is? And he goes, man, it's heat. And he says, but that's okay. We got some breathing room now.
Yeah.
We can kind of collect ourselves a little bit because we're running 100 miles an hour. And he says, so it's supposed to be like this the next 2 or 3 weeks. And they were going, I'm fine with that. Yeah. I'm okay with that because we know our second season's just around the corner.
Yeah. And, and honestly, like to have that little bit of break from a huge amount of rounds is not just good for staff, but it's amazing for the golf course.
Yeah.
Like you can see just in the last month how good the fairways have gotten, how much more full the fairways have gotten just from a little bit of less cart traffic.
Well, back at you, because you're talking about the conditions of the golf course, is there ever a thought, because the old saying that every 5th year you shouldn't overseed, has it ever crossed y'all's mind maybe just give it a break one winter and just let everything go dormant?
Man, you really can't because the greens get so fast out here. From any dormant green gets really fast come January, February, even March, before the Bermuda starts to really grow again, because you can't grow it up, so you can't regulate the speed, right? So the back nine I think we can get away with, but the front nine you just can't. If the greens are rolling 12 or 13 out here, you can't keep it on the green on
number 5,
2, 3, 5, 8,
number 5.
9. So
You can tell where I've
the
knocked
first
it off
year, the
before.
first year that we opened the front 9, we didn't overseed because the greens were brand new, and it was atrocious how fast and difficult they were, in February and March. But I think that what we're going to do this year is we're going to do a little bit lighter overseed, just to essentially get some color and to where we can regulate speed a little bit. But I think we're going to go at a much lighter seed amount, especially the greens. The fairways, we might go a little bit lighter, but man, last year was such a weird year, right? We overseeded, and we had absolutely perfect weather for 2 or 3 weeks right during the grow-in season of the overseed grass. And so I think almost every seed that we put out germinated last year. So it was really, really thick, which probably honestly didn't really help the green situation. And a few of the fairways had some, not bare, but thin, I guess, kind of areas, just because the overseed was so thick that it was choking out the Bermuda kind of a later into when it was growing in anyway. So I don't know that it's necessarily our amount that we need to put out, but the weather was so good for it last year, and you can't count on that. I mean, that's the only year we've had that kind of good weather since I've been here. So you just never know.
I'll tell you what, I got some photos you sent me of how it looked.
Oh, it was so beautiful this winter.
It was amazing. You sent a Dropbox over to me. I think it was some like 30 pictures in it. And of course, I played out there anyway, so I seen how it looked. But the guy who did the aerial picture and stuff, like, amazing. I got to ask you this too. When does it start turning colors? Because I know our winter issue comes out. When do the greens start turning where it's got that dormant run?
So we'll overseed October 14th, 15th this year. It's typically always right. We do it middle of October. There's some of the courses in the area that do it a little bit earlier. Some do it a little bit later than that, but so we that's what we hit for, especially we're a little bit higher elevation out here. So, than New Braunfels or San Antonio, we're higher elevation. So we get a little cooler, a little bit earlier. But so we'll overseed. It's usually about 2 weeks before it's got enough root structure where we can start mowing. And I mean, immediately, as soon as you start mowing, you get all that striping. And, of course, I look forward to that day every year. That first time we mow the fairways and the greens and they're striped. Oh, it's so beautiful. But you don't really get that framed in look. You really don't get the framed in look on the fairways because the roughs don't go dormant until probably, it might be mid-November sometimes before the roughs really get yellow. It's usually not necessarily the first frost that we get, but usually like the second frost is when it really just goes yellow.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's about the second cold snap, and then everything starts to go dormant, and then it gives that Arizona look. And I think that is like the cool, especially with your golf course. It just looks so neat.
With the winding fairways and everything. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Hey, we got about 30 seconds, Adam. Can you give the pricing of what it is for a round of golf during the week and on the weekend?
Yeah, so our weekends are $90, obviously with cart, and then the weekdays are $80. We do have some specials and stuff like that. You can get a little bit less pricing online. It's some dynamic pricing. So if it's a really busy day, you may end up actually paying a little bit more than rack rate, but most of the time you're going to get a little bit better deal, especially this time of year. If you come in the afternoon, everything drops by 10 or 15 bucks in the afternoon anyway. So the best way to do it is online. And of course, if you play with a member, you're going to get that guest rate too. So that's even better. So if you know somebody who lives out here, make sure you're friends with them.
Hey, folks, listen, put it on your list to go play out there, man. It's a great track. It's one of the greatest in Central Texas, if not all of South Texas. But you won't be disappointed, I can assure you that. Hey, guys, we're going to have to take another break here. And we're going to chill out a little bit, man. We're going to Gaylord, Michigan. Check on the temperature. type of golf they're playing up there, man. Got a couple good guys that really enjoy being around. So, folks, if you haven't grabbed one already, a big old cold one, go grab yourself a cold one right now and enjoy this next interview coming up. Golf After Hours. We'll be right back.
Diamante Golf Club, home of the consistently ranked Diamante Golf Course. 18 holes of championship golf. Challenging, but welcoming to players of all levels. Chef-prepared dining, state-of-the-art courts of tennis and pickleball, the most welcoming and friendliest neighbors around. Attractive homes and premier home sites. A secure community that's beautiful and affordable. Visit us at diamantecc.com to book a discovery package. You're closer than you think to living the good life.
Book your next tee time at Cypress Bend Golf Resort in Toledo Bend Lake Country. The stunning redesigned course welcomes players of all levels, from new golfers to seasoned pros. Located along Toledo Bend Lake, the course features 10 unforgettable waterfront holes with lush fairways and panoramic views. Big fun awaits you beyond the greens. Book a guided fishing trip at our world-class fishery. Visit the new Toledo Bend Family Adventure Park. Swing into action and plan your dream getaway to Toledo Bend Lake Country today.
The Independence Day sale at Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Take advantage of incredible deals like 20% off all used clubs, Orange Dot apparel starting at $29.99, and all closeout shoes and bags get an extra 20% off. Shop in store or online for
Landa Park Golf Course offers an exceptional golf experience to players of every level. This newly redesigned 18-hole public course, nestled along the Comel River, combines a challenging layout with spectacular Texas Hill Country views. Located in the heart of historic New Braunfels, Landa Park Golf Course is convenient to players from Dallas to San Antonio and everywhere in between. Escape the routine. Call the Pro Shop to book your tee time today or visit us online at
Edwin Watts Golf Shop's Labor Day sale from August 30th to September 2nd. Enjoy 25% off Adidas and Ben Hogan apparel and 20% off select golf bags. Get custom fit for the new Callaway Apex irons, plus 50% bonus trade-in on your purchase. Book your fitting in-store or online today. Home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee, proudly serving golfers since 1963. Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
Landa Park Golf Course offers an exceptional golf experience to players of every level. This newly redesigned 18-hole public course, nestled along the Comel River, combines a challenging layout with spectacular Texas Hill Country views. Located in the heart of historic New Braunfels, Landa Park Golf Course is convenient to players from Dallas to San Antonio and everywhere in between. Escape the routine. Call the Pro Shop to book your tee time today or visit us online at landaparkgolfcourse.com.
Just minutes north of San Antonio on Highway 281, you will find Valor Creek Golf Club in Blanco, Texas. Valor Creek is now offering stay-and-play packages starting at $150 per person per night. Relax in the beautifully furnished Tuscany Heights condominium and walk out your front door and play one of the Hill Country's premier semi-private golf courses. So break away from the city and make Valor Creek the perfect getaway for a peaceful weekend or family outing. Call us now at 830-833-0706 or go to www.vcgc.golf. That's vcgc.golf.
Welcome back, everybody, to Golf After Hours. I'm your host, Mike Ratchman, Dave Roberts, out in Scottsdale. We got Adam Gross, sponsor to the show. He's out in Blanco, Texas, and we're taking you way up north to Gaylord, Michigan. We got TVC Cherry Capital Airport CEO with us tonight, Kevin Klein. and Paul Beach, now Executive Director of Gaylord Area Convention and Tourism Bureau. They're no strangers to the show. They got a little taste of what Texas is like in the summertime last time we had you guys on the show. And by the folks, the way Paul is dressed, you can tell it's a little chillier up there right now than it is down here in Texas. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us. Thanks, Mike. Glad to be here. I actually just took off my vest because I didn't want to make it seem like it was too cold. But we hit 63 today. It's 58 right now, so it's really nice temperatures.
Well,
that's sports weather.
It's what?
It's football. It's
Shorts.
University of that's Michigan football weather right there,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, Dave, that's Michigan State University weather, not
Okay.
Michigan weather.
Oh,
That's
you know,
right.
not the sign stealers.
Not the Science Steelers. We're the Spartans. We're the good guys, Dave.
Go Spartans! Go Spartans!
Hey, I can tell you this. Kevin is not bothered by the snow, man. He still got the polo on, or by the polo. He still got a
You
polo.
know, in Traverse City, it did get up into the 70s. As I came home for dinner tonight, it still was in the upper 60s. It's beautiful. You know, we'll wear polos until it's 32 degrees out. We're, you know, it's great stuff. Hey, but we were warmed up when we visited you guys, like you said, in Houston a month ago, and you know, I think we hit pretty much 100 degrees every day that we were there, 107 heat index. So you know what? This is invitation for everybody to come and play golf this fall up in northern Michigan.
Hey, so with that being said, Kevin, how's everything gone? I know you guys were doing a test market run in Houston, making sure that, you know, this might be something that you guys might continue to do, because I know you guys are very successful in the DFW area. And let me tell you, in the summertime, it's even hotter down here. So, and you got a little taste of why they're probably
Certainly
jumping on a
did.
plane and coming to see you. How did that all go?
It went fabulous. I tell you, United Airlines was a great partner to do the nonstop Houston IAH to TVC. They flew it Saturdays only for a 6-week trial period, and it was full. It was full all the time. And I'll tell you, the customers, that first flight out, it was like, you know, the football days where you're running down the aisle or running out on the field. Everybody was high-fiving us and thanking us for the flight to come to northern Michigan. And I'll tell you, that was a special feeling to see that. And everything from United we're hearing is we'll be seeing that again next summer, and even bigger than what it was this summer. So we're excited for that. And, you know, you can't ask for a better partner than when you have a hub right there in Houston with United Airlines to deliver that flight. It was awesome.
How many other airports or I guess states or whatever are you guys working with, or do you have other airlines as well?
Absolutely. Well, we have 6 airlines. We, of course, you know, United, but we have Delta, American, Sun Country, Allegiant, and Avelo, a new carrier that it's a low-cost carrier that joined us this year. So we serve 20 nonstop communities. You know, Dave, you're out there in Arizona. Summertime, we have Allegiant nonstop from Phoenix Mesa into Traverse City. That really brings in those out of the heat out that direction also. So, you know, we serve pretty much every major hub down the East Coast, a lot of Florida cities, DFW, Denver, Phoenix out west. And so we continue to grow with our great partners.
Well, Kevin, I appreciate that invite. I'm just temporarily here because what I do is I go and I do fly around the world. I just have to find one of your hubs that instead of accidentally going home, I might have to get lost for a few days and go up and see Paul because, you know, up there at the Gaylord. And my goal within the next year or so, because I am in the 4th quarter of my life, but not the 2-minute warning, go Spartans. I want to go play the Treetops. That is like on my bucket list to play because I've only heard great things about it. And it's only going to be found where your guys are at.
Well, I'll tell you, thanks for that, Dave. And, you know, people don't understand that we just have amazing golf courses up here in northern Michigan. Some of the best golf course designers in the world, like Robert Trent Jones Sr., Rick Smith, Reese Jones, have built golf courses in northern Michigan. Jack Nicklaus, all of the big, because the terrain up here is so amazing. There's gently rolling terrain, there's water features, heavily wooded forest. When you're here playing golf, it's just really an amazing experience. You can really enjoy that golf hole and that feeling of serenity. You're going to see a lot of wildlife. And, land costs compared to other parts of the world are a little less expensive. And so designers here have just found the golf courses to be amazing and challenging. And as we talked about, we came on the show, we have lovely summer temperatures. And I'll tell you what, with nonstop service from 20 markets around the United States, Traverse City, that airport, we have people tell us so often how much they love coming into that airport. You really literally are flying over Lake Michigan in Grand Traverse Bay when you're making your final approach coming in Traverse City. And that just gets people excited. And then, when they take their shuttle or their rental car over the golf courses they're playing, it's just really an amazing experience. And, we hope people can enjoy it and find it. It's kind of like one of those off the beaten path finds, and more people are finding out about it.
Well, what's really kind of cool about that, Paul, is just you guys have reached out now into so many different areas in a very short period of time. And folks, I will say this, Kevin, and I said this before, probably one of the cleanest airports that I have ever been in. And not only that, they move you along really well. And they really greet you when you come into the airport. You don't get that in the big cities, by the way. I mean, and this is when you're coming in and when you're leaving. So, and back to you, Paul. So if you're coming up for a good golf experience, it starts with when you land. And when you land, what's the experience? Where are my clubs? How am I going to get there? And of course, the shuttle to Gaylord is pretty cool too. I've been in your shuttle before, and a couple brews away, and you're playing golf. So the experience is very cool, especially coming from the South, coming from Texas. And as soon as you get off the plane, you get a chill. That's what we're looking for.
Well, it's really a great experience, and we're so proud of the Traverse City Airport. The team there put so much pride in the caring for that airport and how beautiful and how safe it is. It's just really a fantastic experience. It's a great start to your trip. And then, of course, it's a beautiful drive to Gaylord and Charlevoix and other parts of northern Michigan. We're really proud of what we have up here. And like I say, we love Texans up in northern Michigan. We love the swagger. They appreciate good golf, and they love the temperatures. But we really love having people from Dallas and Houston coming up to northern Michigan. They're really great guests, and we're excited about that nonstop from Houston continuing on.
And Mike, as Paul was saying, when you arrive at the terminal, our terminal is designed, has that Frank Lloyd Wright feel. But what our goal is to put you in a northern Michigan resort the minute you touch down and come into the building. So to flow through the building and get through fast, that's what it's all about, is so you feel like you're on vacation the minute you arrive to the second you leave. And that's been our total goal, is to have that comfort, that low stress, to get through that airport. And, I always say to Paul, how can you get from the airport to pretty much any golf course and, from runway to fairway within an hour. And to be able to say that's pretty hard just driving down the road in most communities. And we really can get you right out and get playing at some of the best golf courses out there, and when you're over in Gaylord at Treetops and playing, I like the Three Tops, the par 3 over there. That's more my speed of golf, and enjoying that opportunity. And but northern Michigan has so many elevation changes with the rolling hills that we have, the deep forests that we have, of course, and all the water. So it doesn't matter what town you're in, you're going to have a unique golf course that you're not going to see, anywhere else in the country. So it's exciting to be able to have these relationships with all the communities around us to have some of the, I would say, best golf in the world.
I totally agree. So I've spent some time up in Michigan. I live down south, but I spent a lot of time in northern Michigan. And my favorite course in the States is Arcadia Bluffs. It's absolutely amazing. Amazing. But so I was going to ask, so I know with Boyne Mountain up there, you guys got a little bit of skiing in the wintertime. So how late do you guys up there, how late is golf season lasting?
Well, we're going to be going till, mid to late October, Adam. Yeah, we kick things off about the third week of April. Okay. And this time of year right now, I was standing on my deck this afternoon with a couple of friends, and we're starting to see a little bit of coloration in the trees in terms of the greens getting a little lighter green. And that can only mean one thing, that the leaves are going to start to change here probably in another 30 to 40 days. And the viewscapes are just absolutely stunning and absolutely amazing.
Well, Paul, one of the benefits of being up north, I was at one of my bases up in the Dakotas, and the summertime you have more light than we do down here. In the summertime, what's a peak? How late does it stay? When I was in Minot, I was on the back porch and saying, I'm just going to do a little work till the sun goes down. Next thing you know, it's 10:30 at night. Is it the same way around that in Michigan during the summer?
So we are on the western edge. Got to think about this for a minute, of the Eastern time zone. So in the middle of the summer, Dave, it is light until 10:15, 10:30. Literally, you can play golf till 9:30 or 10. It's really easy to play 36 holes of golf, have a nice lunch, and play again for those that are want to do that. But is there a course up in Grand Forks? My son Timmy is in the Air Force up in Grand Forks, North Dakota, and I don't know if they have a golf course there. Do they?
They did have a golf course there, but due to some, let's say, not smart decisions, it's no longer.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. And we were talking earlier about Windy Trails in Altus, Oklahoma, which I played. My daughter, both my kids are in the United States Air Force. Really proud of them. I had a really good friend in the Army tell me, he said, Paul, just want to tell you what the Air Force does. When they play in an Air Force base, the first thing they do is they design a golf course, and then they build the base around the golf course.
That is the going thing. And if you really actually take a look at some of the golf courses and then look at the layout of where the base is, the golf course was the number one priority back then in the day, because the general was playing golf, we've got to make sure that was going good. So that is a thing. And as they say, our battle cry is nice putt, and so we're rocking.
I love that. I'll tell you, there's nothing like, I will tell you though, having been fortunate to play on a few of those courses with my daughter, you're out there on the driving, you're out there on the tee box or the putting green. I played with some Loadmasters and some Fuelers, and they would all stand when there'd be C-17s flying in or taking off. They were always amazed and respectful. It's an amazing experience to pay some of the, I know I'm turning the tide a little bit, but playing some of the Air Force golf courses is absolutely an amazing experience.
Well, thank you. And did you know, like you were mentioning some of the architects that work in Michigan, we have a lot of famous architects, even Robert Trent Jones Sr., Alistair McKenzie, all of them have designed some of the golf courses for the military, and people really don't realize. So all across the world, these guys have left their mark. For me personally, I get to travel around the world. I'm blessed as a golf pro to be able to do that. But when I want to go on vacation, again, my bucket list is to go to Ratchman has just told me about it and told me about it and told me about it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to finally go up to Michigan sometime, and I am going to actually go and visit you guys and play some golf.
Dave, I'll tell you right now, while we're public here, I would love to host you. I'm huge supporter of the United States Air Force, and I would you're welcome anytime. We do some really amazing events, and there's a course down in Grand Haven. Is it called the American Club? That's designed and supports our military. It was formerly the Grand Haven Country Club, and it was redesigned by Jack Nicholas. And it's really an amazing experience. I believe they stop for taps every day, but we 100% in Michigan support our troops and support those in the military. And I have not played that course yet, but I'm going to get my daughter over there because I think she would just absolutely enjoy playing. But it's been an amazing outlet for her with her schedule being on a C-17 she loves to play golf, and she's had just some amazing experiences. So thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you what, we talk about golf and how we all play golf and how many courses we can come up to play. After golf, coming to Gaylord, I tell you what, you guys really encouraging fun. And you guys really, cigar smoking, alcohol drinking,
burgers.
It's like, and not only that, but you guys got the coolest downtowns, great pubs to go to. And, when you're talking about encouraging, you got a 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock tea time, but sometimes you don't get home until 2, especially when you're up and around that area. You got so much stuff going on downtown. Talk a little bit about the city and some of the amenities that are out there.
Well, downtown Traverse City has just a lot of boutique stores. You have a lot of great restaurants, all kinds of food, and of course we like to specialize in our fish from our lakes. We have great whitefish, Parmesan crusted whitefish. You name it. We really get into it. Of course, we're coming into the salmon runs right now. So if you love salmon, our Lake Michigan salmon is some of the best, and you can just pick almost any restaurant up here in northern Michigan to get that kind of fresh fish on the table. Plus our farm to table, our sweet corn season is just wrapping up, and now we'll get into some of the other vegetables and really coming into the fall, and it's just when you hit our downtowns, you get that special feeling, that boutique feeling to see something that's new and unique. And so every town from Traverse City, Charlevoix, Gaylord, Gaylord kind of has more the alpine feel to it. And then, you can go up to Petoskey, and then even as far north as Mackinac Island, and each area has something that's very unique. And you look at its downtown area. And those small business owners that are in there, offering, whether it's clothing or even souvenirs, because you got to get some of the greatest souvenirs, because everything about Michigan is, the hand, and we tell you how to get around by using our hand. And so definitely is an awesome thing. And, our northern Michigan people up here are just so embracing of all of our visitors that we want to welcome you into our towns to do that.
Wow.
Well, I remember being up there and having in multiple of those small towns, seeing and going into great like chocolatiers, like fudge shops, candy stores, stuff like that were just amazing up there.
I have to jump in on the fudge on this one. My kids all work in Doug Murdoch's fudge shop here in downtown Traverse City. And they've been making fudge here now for pretty close to 10 years and doing it. So you're absolutely right. That fudge is world famous and is some of the best fudge, I think, in the world. And it's been fun having my 3 sons all work there in downtown Traverse City and making fudge. It's a very northern Michigan trademark, so to speak.
Yep.
Well, and there's a nickname. So there's a couple of nicknames we have for people up here. So one of them, Kevin. So people that come up to northern Michigan and buy fudge are referred to as
Fudgies.
And that's a good name. That's not a bad name. And then we have in Michigan, we have the Upper and the Lower Peninsula.
Yep,
It's connected by the Mackinac Bridge. And the Upper Peninsula is just a wild, beautiful, amazing trails and fishing and hiking and just amazing scenery. So if you are from the Upper Peninsula, Kevin, what are you called?
A Youper.
A Youper. And if you live in the Lower Peninsula and you live what's called below the bridge, what are you called, Kevin?
A troll.
A troll, because you live below the bridge. So we have some really interesting nicknames, but
so Paul,
one of our most famous foods that people can't figure out from the Upper Peninsula, Kevin, is called a
pasty.
A pasty, and it's a meat pie sandwich that is absolutely delicious, and you can either eat it with ketchup or gravy. And we just have some of these unique, fun things that we enjoy about Northern Michigan and this part of the world.
Well, I got a question for you. My question would be: we're called Texans. You got them like Californians, Arizonians. What are y'all called? Are y'all like Michiganders, or what are y'all?
We're Michiganders.
Michiganders. We've been called Michiganians. That doesn't sound right, though. And Michiganders is where it really falls to.
But what we're all going to be this year, when our Detroit Lions go to the Super, we're all Lions, because when our Detroit Lions go to the Super Bowl this year, everyone's going to have Lions gear. So I'm just going to put that out there right now.
Oh, okay. So I'm glad that you already bought the tickets already.
Hey, I tell you what, I love your team. I love your coach.
Dan Campbell.
About it. They were really a lot of fun to watch this year. Hey, but I'm going to I got to come back to Gaylord real quick. Okay, so the biggest, I jumped on your website and I've seen the biggest event I think you guys, one of the biggest event, and that's your Cherry Pie Festival. I had to take a look at all the pictures, and the thing runs for, I think, a couple, 3 days, maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It seems like it's quite the big event. But as I was going through it, and before I get to that too, remember last time you guys were on, I asked you if you ever had a cherry pie with bourbon and water.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys try that yet?
I have not tried it. I remember. I have not.
I've had a lot of bourbon and water, and I've had a lot of cherry pie.
I just haven't put them together.
I don't know if I've ever put the two together.
Put it together. It'll be the coolest thing that you ever did. And when I tell it to somebody, they always say, "Yeah, I don't know." And I say, "I'm gonna cut you a piece. Have yourself a drink." Next thing you know, on Thanksgiving, it's pie and bourbon, and that is and football.
He comes up with the craziest stuff. He got me on a plane with what was it? Goldfish and Bloody Marys.
You darn right.
And now everybody's eating them. It's all those little bitty things that you do, and I think you guys would like it because I'm looking at how much fun you guys have at this cherry festival. You got something for everybody. You got the cherry golf scramble. You got the kids cherry pie eating contest. I have not a clue what the diaper derby is for toddlers that trot.
Hey, Mike, I'll tell you what. Hey, Mike, the event you might do well at, because you have a lot of hot air, is the pit spitting contest, where you can see who can spit a cherry pit the farthest. I think you have a really good chance of winning, Mike.
Hey,
because the hand says so, Mike. I'm reading the hand. It says so. You're doing it.
Well, and don't forget there is the air show that's part of that. The National Cherry Festival air show is part of the National Cherry Festival, and we see the Blue Angels and Thunderbirds, and a lot of great activity that sponsor this. But there is one festival that we haven't talked about that's over in Gaylord. And that's the Alpenfest. And Paul is, this year he is the mayor of the Alpenfest.
Nice.
And I we got to give Paul his due and his throne, so to speak, because he is one that has worked in the Alpenfest for Paul since you could walk, I think it was, so very many years, and that doesn't happen without the volunteers and the hours and everything else. But it really celebrates all the heritage of Gaylord, and Paul has been that leader, and there's nothing more special than to see that event. So kudos to Paul, but Paul, share what that's all about.
Thank you, Kevin. So we have an award called the Burgermeister. And if you can spell that, you get extra credit points, but it's a title given to someone that's worked hard for our community, and it's literally an honorary mayor. And yes, you wear leather pants called lederhosen and a very fancy black jacket. And Alpenfest is a community festival. Gaylord is known as the Alpine Village. So our downtown is really very quaint and very clean. We have beautiful flowers, and it's a great place to be. And we wanted to be something a little bit different. We have the highest elevation in the Lower Peninsula, Michigan. We have a lot of snowfall, a lot of outdoor activities, and Gaylord is known as the Alpine Village. And so we have this summer festival, almost 60 years now that we've been celebrating. But I'll tell you what, a lot of beautiful festivals in Northern Michigan. Nothing like the Cherry Festival, Mike, that you mentioned. Traverse City, Michigan, the rolling terrain, the water, the warm temperatures in the spring is the top producer of tart cherries literally in the world. And it's because of this beautiful climate that we have here and this beautiful terrain. Really beautiful loamy soils, which also translates really nicely into amazing golf courses.
Well, guys, we're up against the clock here a little bit. We kind of ran over, but we can sit and talk to you guys. You guys got so much stuff that's going on up there, and you really can't. And folks, listen, you really can't explain it until you've been up there, and then you walk away in awe. And, when you get back home, you can't wait to talk about it and about how you're going to talk about getting back up there. So we're going to get you guys back on the show again here toward the end of the season. And we'll get you back on and, encourage people to start making their tee times for next year already. This is almost a perfect time. Start planning for spring or summer next year. And where's a good website they can go to?
So for golf in Gaylord, GaylordMichigan.net. And Kevin, for Traverse City Airport, if you're looking for flight information,
TVCAirport.com.
Guys, it was a gas having you on tonight, man. It's always good to catch up with you guys. And by the way,
MEISTER. Does that make me the mayor pro tem?
It could. It could.
I'm the burger mayor pro tem.
I have a council of meisters. I'm the Burgermeister, but there's a whole level of meisters, Dave, that we can come up with something for you.
I'll be the gummy bear meister. That's it. I am.
I just looked it up. 95 feet, 6.5 inches is the championship for adult cherry fit spec.
Holy cow.
Wow.
But they didn't have the bourbon. They didn't have the bourbon before.
Just think how far it could have gone.
Hey, guys, always having you on, Kevin.
Thank you.
Mr. Beekdahl, it's always good to have you on, Paul. And guys, we'll do this again. And I'm glad Houston went well for you guys, and looking forward to working with both of you again next year as well. So have yourself a great rest of the week, man. We'll catch up with you soon.
Thank you.
Great, Mike. Make sure I get Dave's information. Dave, and Adam, I'd love to host you guys up to Northern Michigan and take care of you for thanks again for everything you do for the Air Force. So
I'd love to go back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys have a good week. We'll catch up with you later.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Hey, folks, listen, we're going to take a real quick break and come back. We're going to wrap this thing up. Golf After Hours. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
It's the
guys,
Are you ready to treat you and your friends to a great golfing experience? If so, it's time to tee it up at the Club at Star Ranch. Located in Hutto, just 30 minutes from Austin, the Club at Star Ranch offers manicured fairways, pure putting greens, and multiple tee options for all skill levels to enjoy. Home of the 4-hour round, the Club at Star Ranch is rated 4.6 stars and strives for course consistency so you and your friends can enjoy that golf experience you deserve. The Club at Star Ranch, where your next round awaits.
At Paragon Casino Resort, the possibilities are endless when you play your way. Imagine your perfect getaway, the kind with non-stop thrills, your favorite entertainment, and a world of luxury. With everything you could possibly want, all at one place. You want it all? Stop imagining it and come get it. Only at Paragon Casino Resort in nearby Marksville. Come see the way Louisiana plays.
Book your next tee time at Cypress Bend Golf Resort in Toledo Bend Lake Country. The stunning redesigned course welcomes players of all levels, from new golfers to seasoned pros. Located along Toledo Bend Lake, the course features 10 unforgettable waterfront holes with lush fairways and panoramic views. Big fun awaits you beyond the greens. Book a guided fishing trip at our world-class fishery. Visit the new Toledo Bend Family Adventure Park. Swing into action and plan your dream getaway to Toledo Bend Lake Country today.
Welcome to the Scott Schreiner Golf Course in the heart of Kerrville, where the beauty of the hill country meets the thrill of the game. Experience golf like never before on a meticulously designed 18-hole course, a golfer's paradise surrounded by nature's splendor. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just getting into the swing of things, our course caters to all skill levels, guaranteeing you have a top-notch golf experience. Discover Scott Schreiner Golf Course, where passion meets play in the heart of the hill country. Book your tee time today and let the adventure begin.
Welcome back, everybody, to Golf After Hours. I'm your host, Mike Ratchman, Dave Roberts, and Adam Gross. You know, I'm glad you cut us off once in a while so they don't hear half of the crap we talk about at break time. Hey, guys, we went a little bit over tonight. Adam, I want to thank you for always coming on, man. It's always a good show when you can make it.
A blast.
And I know you're really busy all the time, so having you on and having your support as well is very cool. And folks, listen, if you haven't played Valor Creek, put it on your list. You got to go play it. You won't be disappointed. And Davey, always good to have you on the show, always taking our show on the road and introducing it to everybody. And, you know, our numbers are really well when you do that. So appreciate you doing that. Johnny Guajardo, Johnny G, GA Media, he's the guy who powers this show every week. Johnny, great job all the time. Glad and sorry for keeping you a little bit late here tonight, buddy. And I also want to thank Paul Beechnaw and Kevin Klein. Folks, Gaylord, you listen to these two guys. Gaylord, Michigan is the place you want to go to in the summer. If you don't put Gaylord on your list next summer or at the end of this summer,
You're stupid.
Don't be that guy.
I
Or
didn't
don't
do it.
be that girl. And we're going to take it. We need to take them up on the invite. Once I get my back in order and I can swing again, I really
Well,
got
the way
to get
you
back.
left for that commercial break, Adam and I thought you stole our invites, man. You were out of here.
Hey, folks, listen, I want to thank everybody every week for always chiming in throughout the week. We appreciate you doing that. And we appreciate you keep sharing. You know, the more you share, the more fun we have as well. And things are going in the right direction that we really want them to go with every year so far. And so I want to thank everybody for doing that. And, that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. Dave and I will be back next week. Until then, rain or shine, guys.
Book your tea time.
Y'all have a great week, folks. We'll catch up with you later. Cheers.
Landa Park Golf Course offers an exceptional golf experience to players of every level. This newly redesigned 18-hole public course, nestled along the Comel River, combines a challenging layout with spectacular Texas Hill Country views. Located in the heart of historic New Braunfels, Landa Park Golf Course is convenient to players from Dallas to San Antonio and everywhere in between. Escape the routine. Call the Pro Shop to book your tee time today or visit us online at landaparkgolfcourse.com.
Just minutes north of San Antonio on Highway 281, you will find Valor Creek Golf Club in Blanco, Texas. Valor Creek is now offering stay-and-play packages starting at $150 per person per night. Relax in the beautifully furnished Tuscany Heights condominium and walk out your front door and play one of the Hill Country's premier semi-private golf courses. So break away from the city and make Valor Creek the perfect getaway for a peaceful weekend or family outing. Call us now at 830-833-0706 or go to www.vcgc.golf. That's vcgc.golf.